Okay, we will discuss the environment pollution, particularly the air pollution in today's lecture. Environment pollution, it is defined, it's undesirable changes in the physical, chemical, biological characteristics in the environment, even radiological characteristics. Nowadays, there is a radioactive materials which is found in the environment. And such changes are caused by the substances that are introduced into the environment by human activities, that is, through industrial activities. Different forms of environment pollutions are basically air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, light pollution, noise pollution, visual pollution, thermal pollution. Thermal pollution is basically not from the thermal power plant. Basically, it's a when the temperature of the water is high and it is discharged into the river water bodies. That is thermal pollution. Radioactive pollution and the plastic pollutions. Atmospheric composition is basically nitrogen is 78%, and most of the books it is 79%. Oxygen is 20.9, approximately 21%, and a mixture of other gases, argon and carbon dioxide, which is very minute. In the ecosystem services, blocks out UV radiations. You might have heard about the ozone layer. In India, the depletion of ozone layer is very less as compared to the other country like Canada and Australia. You might have seen the people who are moving into the beach, they are taking the lotions, and because when the sunlight it falls on their skin, it damage their skin. That's why they are using the lotions. But in India, it's not like that because depletion of ozone layer is less as compared to the other countries, and this because sunlight, this ozone layer, it blocks the UV radiations and moderate the climatic conditions and redistribute the water in the hydrological cycle. So pollution, it can take the form of chemical substances or energy such as noise, heat and lies. Pollutants, the pollution can be at a foreign substances or it's a naturally occurring material. Sometimes it's a man-made, sometimes it's natural. Like if you talk about the foreign substance which is discharged by the industries, like foreign substances, pollutant like this viruses which is from other countries, it's a foreign particle. And natural occurring material like sometime during the harvesting season there is a lot of dust in the environment, that is the naturally occurring contaminants. Pollutant is often classified as a point source or non-point source. Point source is basically when the water, wastewater or effluent is discharged to the industry, there is a point source of occurrence is known. In non-point sources, basically where the source is not known, like agriculture runoff, right? Rain is there, it fills the agricultural fields, and that agriculture, the runoff is through the river water bodies. That is the non-point sources. So most important term is pollutant, which is a waste material that pollutes air, water, soil. And these factors, pollutant, it determine the severity of the pollutant, its chemical nature, concentration, area affected, and persistence. Persistence is how long it remain into the soil or water and causing the disease. Okay, most important it is air pollution. Air pollution, it occurs when harmful or excessive quantities of substances are introduced into the Earth atmosphere. And most of the sources of air pollution include gases, ammonia, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur oxide, nitrous oxide, methane, chlorofluorocarbons. Like if you talk about the sulfur oxide and nitrous oxide, they are discharged to industrial activities, chimney, stack, by which they burns the fuel, and these gases are in. If you talk about this diesel engines, they are also releasing the SOx and NOx. Chlorofluorocarbons, basically these are discharged by the air conditioners where the cooling agent is used. Particulate matter, basically again it's a dust, both organic and inorganic. Two type of particulate matters are there, PM10 micron and PM2.5 micron. PM2.5 micron is very hazardous because it inhales into the body and disturb the respiratory organs. If we talk about the PM10, there is some permissible limits in the environment. If you go to the newspaper daily, you will get the SPM, suspended particulate matter. So basically it's a 10 micron. But when the workers in the industry where the workers are working, that is called the work zone. In that case, we are determining the PM2.5. And even biological molecules. So this air pollution, it causes disease, allergies, and even death to humans. It may also cause harm to other living organisms such as animal, food, crops, and may damage natural or built environment. Most common example is nowadays is virus. It's basically if it is somebody sneezing, it comes into the air, and that whatever is going on, you are aware about it. Both human activity and natural process can generate air pollution. When we are talking about the human activity, basically industrial activity, transport, in which human is involved, and natural processes like volcanoes, right, storms, they are also causing the air pollution. Two categories are there: primary air pollutant and harm, which is harmful substances that is emitted directly into the atmosphere, and then the secondary air pollutants, harmful substances formed in the atmosphere where the primary pollutant reacts with a substance normally found in the atmosphere or with air pollutants. This is basically the smog, which is to the transport is there in Delhi and metropolitan cities. There is a huge amount of air pollutant due to the transports. And this is the thermal power plants where they are discharging the huge amount of these gases because of the burning of this coal. And these are the cooling agents and cooling towers. Basically, this is the stack which discharge these pollutants. The major classes of air pollutant is particular. These are the particulate matter, nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxide, carbon dioxide, hydrocarbons, and ozone. These are the major classes of the air pollutants. And particulate material, I discussed with you, thousands of different solid or liquid particles suspended in the air. And these particles, it may be the soil particles, it may be soot, lead, asbestos, sea salt, and sulfuric acid droplets. Sulfuric acid basically from the sulfur oxide. You might have heard about the acid rain, right? When this SOx and NOx are discharged into the air, and then the first rain shower is there, that is called acid rain. So these are the dangerous for two reasons: it may contain materials with toxic or carcinogenic effects, and they are extremely small particles can become lodged with clogged with the lungs. These small particles, if we talk about, that is, as I told you, like suspended particulate matter 2.5, they are lodged with the lungs. So these pollutants like nitrogen oxide, it is a gas produced by the chemical interaction with atmospheric nitrogen and oxygen at high temperature, and there are problems with the greenhouse gases, causes difficulty in breathing. And the sulfur oxide, these are produced by the again chemical reaction with sulfur and oxygen, causing the acid preparation. This is through the burning of the coals. This carbon dioxide also, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, again these three, they are disturbing the greenhouse gases. Hydrocarbons, these are diverse group of organic compounds that contain only hydrogen, like methane. Some are related with the photochemical smog and greenhouse gases. Ozone, tropospheric ozone, man-made pollutant in the lower atmosphere, and this is secondary air pollutant, component of the photochemical smogs, as I told you. Stratospheric ozone, essential component that screen out UV radiation in the upper atmosphere, man-made pollutants, CFs cannot destroy it. As I told you, like ozone, in India, as I told you, the ozone layer is not disturbed in India, but in other countries, like it is highly disturbed. And this ozone layer, it filters out the UV radiations. And how this ozone layer is, there is holes are there because of the chlorofluorocarbons. These are the gases which are being discharged by the air conditioners and refrigerators and other equipments. So this is the basically higher the amount of this CF is released into the atmosphere, there is a break in the ozone layer. The main causes of the air pollution is caused by the solid liquid particles and certain gases that are suspended in the air. So these particles and gases can come from the car, truck, exhaust, factories, dust, pollen, mold spores, volcanoes, and wildfires. The solid and liquid particles suspended in the air, they are called aerosols. If we call about the effect of the air pollutions, they include heart, lung, cancer, respiratory disease such as emphysema. The air pollution can also cause long-term damage to people, nerve, brain, kidney, liver, and other organs. Higher level of air pollution can also cause increased risk of higher heart attack, wheezing, coughing, breathing problems, and irritation of eyes, nose, and throat. If during the time of the harvesting, most of the patients, they have the irritation with the eyes, and the person who are working in a higher air pollution area, they have a problem of the asthma, and this is the major cause. Air pollution as a worsening of the existing heart problem, asthma, and other lung complications. If we talk about the sources of air pollution, like as I told you, man-made sources and natural sources. If man-made sources are basically stationary sources, which include smoke, stack, Stack is the basically chimney in the industry of fossil power fuel stations. Manufacturing factory like factories. Waste incinerator. Incinerator is a term where we are burning the solid waste material at a high temperature, that is approximately 100,000 degree temperature, as well as furnaces and other types of fuel burning heating devices. Furnaces basically they where they are melting the this iron rods. In developing and poor countries, traditional biomass burning is a major source of air pollution. In agriculture practices, we are burning this residue of the agriculture waste. Again, it's a causes of the air pollution. Traditional biomass include wood crop waste and dung. In controlled burn practices in agriculture and forest management, controlled prescribed the burning is a technique sometimes used in the forest management, farming practices, restoration of greenhouse abatement. Fire is a natural part of both forest and grass ecology. And controlled burning stimulate the green germination of some desirable forest trees and renewing of the forest. Mobile sources like motor vehicles, marine vessels, aircraft. This air pollutant produced as a result of motor vehicles. It's a two-stage problems. Primary pollutant is a patrolled power vehicles, which include carbon monoxide, nitric oxide, benzene, particulate matter, and lead. Diesel engines basically they are burning fuel in excess of air so as to produce little carbon dioxide but a large quantity of carbon dioxide. Secondary pollutants they are result of use of petrol engine vehicle include nitrogen oxide or dioxide and ozone. There are also the sources from other processes like fumes from paint, hairspray, vanish, aerosol spray, and other solvents. Okay, it's also causing the air pollution. There is a one industry, luminous power technology, which are manufacturing the batteries. If you go to that industry, you will find the lead in the air. That is again a heavy metal which is contaminating their work zone. Waste deposition in landfill which generate methane. It's again when we are burning the solid waste or we are dumping the solid waste, huge quantity of methane is there. In Patiala, basically there is a dump yard near Sonor. If you move to that area, you will find the this gases nearby because they are landfilling this solid waste. Methane is highly flammable and may also explosive mixture with air. Methane is also asphyxient, may displace oxygen in the enclosed space, and its suffocation may result oxygen concentration reduced. Military resources like nuclear weapons, toxic gases, germ warfare, and rocket is there. They are also releasing a huge amount of the air pollution. Fertilized farm land may be a major source of nitrogen oxide. If we talk about the natural sources like dust, usually large areas of land with a little vegetation or no vegetation, basically in the desert area, it's a dust is there. If you there is a strong wind is there, so dust is moved from one place to another. That is also a natural source. Methane emitted by the digestion of food by animals like cattle, dung. Radon gas from radioactivity K with earth crust. Radon is a colorless, odorless radioactive material, noble gas. It's RTK of irradiums, health hazards like smoke, carbon dioxide, and wildfire. So this is a picture which shows the burning of the in the forest as well in the agricultural land, which again releases a huge amount of this nitrogen oxide, carbon dioxide, and other gases. If we talk about the vegetation, there are certain volatile compounds are there which are released into the environment. They react with the primary anthropogenic pollutants, SOx, NOx, organic carbon compounds. That causes a seasonal haze country pollutants. Black gum, poplar, oak, yellow are some examples of vegetation that can produce abundant volatile organic compounds. Volcanic activity which produces sulfur and chlorine and ash particulates. This picture shows the release of volcanoes. Thank you very much.